is up, gamers? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for joining me. Today I have another game for you, and I'll be going over doing a little bit of a review of the new unit, the Guardian Shield. So stick around for that. Real quick though, I wanted to give you a quick update on the balance changes that have been made. So this one should be in effect already, and they didn't change too much here, but for the Beetle, they are giving it a slight buff here and decreasing the attack cooldown from 1.4 to 1.3. And so I think the Beetle's okay. I think you could get away with using it, but I don't think it's the best anti-air by any means, but feel free to give that a try if you would like. And then we have a bunch of changes that are being made for the 2v2 game mode. Now, I tend to focus more on the 1v1 game mode for now, at least. I do want to get into some more 2v2s and whatnot eventually, but right now I want to get more into the competitive aspect of 1v1 and help you guys out there. So I'm not going to go over all of these changes, but here they are for you if you would like to take a look. You can also find this over on their Reddit page. I'll post a link to this in the description down below so you can find it. And then next, we have another balance update that will be going into effect on Monday, April 21st there. And we have the Guardian Shield damage multiplier versus core units decreased from 4 times to 1.75 times. And removing the 2v2 specific cycle change. So I think this will be a good change. I'm liking the Guardian Shield right now, and I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's overpowered or anything like that, but I just think it's stalling games out a bit more than it should, and probably more than they would like it to. And I think the Guardian Shield would be better suited as more of an early game type of unit that helps you get through the first minute or two of the game, just going up against a bunch of core units, mostly like the Wasp. I know there's a lot of players, including myself, who find it frustrating to have to deal with the Wasp rushes that are within the first minute of the game, and that can be a bit overwhelming. So I think the Guardian Shield should help out a lot in that regard, but I don't think it should be too powerful beyond that. So I still think it'll be nice to have, but I don't think it's going to be oppressive in any way. And then finally, we got the Butterfly damage modifier versus buildings decreased from 6 point whatever to -8. And they're saying the building damage would be decreased from 400 to 300 with this change. And I think that is also another very good change. If you saw my previous video of the Butterfly, I was kind of going over the cheese strategy of bringing the butterflies over as quickly as you can to your opponent's core and just melting that core within seconds. And so I think this is a good change because it'll nerf that. You should be able to then get your tier 2 anti-air units up and online in order to defend against the Butterfly, because the Butterfly, I think, was a little too strong in that regard. And again, I think the Butterfly will continue to be useful and good, so it's still going to be very quick at destroying bases and whatnot, but I think it's just going to be a little harder now to get away with some of that cheese. So. And so now let's get into this game a little bit. Want to talk about the Guardian Shield here, give you my thoughts and opinions and a little bit of a review on how to use it and everything too. So real quick, I want to mention my opponent here. I thought maybe this opponent was a bot. I'm really not sure. The way he was playing was a bit strange, but either way, I think this is a good example of the Guardian Shield and how to use it and what it is good for. And so I think the Guardian Shield is going to be best against the Wasp and a few other core units, especially against those early 1 minute, 2 minute dives and protecting your workers and all of that. So I highly recommend trying the Guardian Shield out and trying some different things and see what works for you. I think it's a really good and easy unit to use, so it's definitely good for beginners. And there's kind of a couple different ways that you can play with it. You can be really aggressive with it and know that your bases are going to be protected to some degree and just be aggressive in putting pressure on your opponent. Or you could play a very defensive turtle style where you're just basically trying to accumulate resource and tech advantage on your opponent by playing super defensive and then striking out at the right moment. And the one thing that you need to be careful with the Guardian Shield is the Tier 2 and Tier 3 units. The Guardian Shield's not going to do as well up against those, so you need to make sure you have the right response for whatever your opponent might have. And so again, there's basically two different ways that you can play it. You can either be more aggressive and try to tech up before your opponent and try to do as much damage as possible before they're able to respond with their tech up. Or you can play more reactive and wait to see what your opponent does and then kind of follow suit. And so you might want to wait and see if they go into their foundry or if they go into their Starforge, and then you can tech up to follow after them accordingly. And so if they do something like teching into Starforge and they have very strong air units, then you'll want to make sure that you're also teching up with something that would be perhaps a good anti-air counter to that. So if you have something like the Heavy Hunters in your Foundry, you can go into Foundry then against their air units. Or if you got a lot of good anti-air options in your Starforge, then you could go Starforge as well. So try to think of it that way, though. If you want to play the more defensive style, then you have to try to tech up right after your opponent and try to tech up with something that's going to at least give you a good fighting chance against whatever they're teching into. And then finally, just remember the Guardian Shield cannot always hold on its own completely, and so many times you will need to have at least something there to help the Guardian Shield a little bit. You might need just a few core units to help it out. Or you might need to bring your entire army back. If they're bringing their entire army to one of your bases, they can still take it out pretty quickly, even with the Guardian Shield. So, but as long as you have enough of your own units there to help defend, the Guardian Shield should do very well against most aggression. You'll want to kind of try to use your workers that you have and the base itself as a little bit of a protection and a tank for your units. So if you have the recalls set up to defend against the Wasp, try to position your recalls into your worker line so that the workers can actually help protect your recalls. And you can do something similar with most of your units in that regard. And so I think that's all I have to say about the Guardian Shield right now. Definitely recommend it, even after it gets nerfed on Monday. I think it'll still be good and useful, so I still recommend that. And I think that'll be it. Let's get into this game then, and you can see what goes on. And real quick, if you enjoy, if you could like and subscribe and leave a comment down below, I'd very much appreciate it. And I'll see you guys again soon in the next one.
Enemy tech resource base warmed up and working.
Plasma power here. V501. Is this for Venus?
Starting Starforge.
We are the pale green. We cover it.
This will be interesting.
Arbitration of combat. Forward. We are recalled. Plasma firing. It's going to take a while. Leveling rifle.
You got a resource space taking fire.
Oh.
Cover it.
We rise and we run.
How is he killing all my stuff that fast?
Starforge.
That's crazy.
You got a resource space. Exposed rear. Workers down. Workers under attack. You got a resource space taking fire. Cover it.
I don't know what the heck's going on now. This is weird. What the heck?
We have to go. Leave the target. Cutting in. Laser marked. Backing. Stingers attacking.
Resource space warmed up and working.
Ready? Okay. Auto cannon. Here we come.
Units in combat.
Magnetics optimal. Over open ground. Okay. Low risk location. Snow and snow. Flash on target. Cut us loose. Airship selected.
Oh, Dragonfly is so fast.
Just hang out. Whisk it away.
Units engaged.
That's fine.
Releasing nitro. Airships moving.
Resource base warmed up and working.
We have been selected. Inbox empty. Covering clouds. Over open ground. Heavy infantry. Striving progress. Watching performance.
Enemy is building a resource base.
Stingers here.
Oh, that's crazy. It's an AI opponent. Wow. Do pretty well.
Max rate. Okay. Rapid fire. Tip of the spear. Hit a blue. Set to that. Mark hit. Marking fire. Positive hit. No risk location.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Snow and snow.
GG. All right. That's all right. I'll take it.
Victory.
I'll take it.